Alright, I'm back for video number 3. I got my Switch again right here, and we're loading up into another Mario Kart game. Actually, I'm gonna see if I can connect to the library Wi-Fi, because there's a library behind me. So it'd be great to be able to play online, because last time I won. I came in first place, but it may have been a little bit of a fraudulent first place because I was playing against CPUs. So now, I would like to prove to you that I am really about that life. And when I say I'm about that life, I mean like I'm about that Mario Kart life. So we're checking if there's Wi-Fi. But yeah, I think today I want to talk about a couple things. First off, let's talk about there's something I had in mind. I don't think this Wi-Fi is going to connect. So let me load up into the game. Anyway, I will play CPUs again just to prove to you guys it wasn't a fluke. But yeah, this library is beautiful. This is the Mill Valley Library in Marin County. The scenery is incredible. I mean, it's like you're in the middle of a forest at this library. And I'm out back sitting on the ground. We're gonna do Knockout Tour again. Knockout Tour. Which character should I play? I'll do this Oasis Daisy because I haven't played with her as my character yet. On the Bulldozer, because you need speed in Knockout Tour. I mean, you gotta have speed in Knockout Tour, or else you really aren't even a threat. I'm gonna do a Knockout Tour that I've done a lot, except I'm gonna do it in mirror mode. Start Knockout Tour. All right. Oh, I remember what I wanted to talk about. I wanted to talk about like how I've been trying to make all of my days memorable. Let me explain why. So, I feel like what good is a day in our lives if A, you're not building towards something, or I guess, we all have our like required responsibilities, but I find that like it's a little bit scary to think that we have so many days in our history that we don't remember anything about. Like, there's been a few times recently where my girlfriend has brought up a conversation that we had not too long ago. And I say to her, like, I just don't remember what you're talking about. And for me, that's like it's a little bit freaky like that. I just live so many days where I don't remember what happened. So I figured like, let me take matters into my own hands and try to make my days a bit more memorable. So I've been adding more like slight diversity to my days. And what I mean by that is, like, before I was going to the same library every day to do my work. But today I went to this library. And I'll remember today. I know that much. Like, I helped my girlfriend change her flight reservation coming back from her work-study trip for the summer. And then I'm playing Mario Kart in the forest. I mean, I just got super horned. Are we kidding? Are we joking right now? But yeah, I mean, playing Mario Kart in the forest. I mean, how many times do you really get the chance to do that? Not very often. So right now I'm coming up on Donkey Kong. But yeah, that's one thing I've been doing, is just trying to add like slight changes to my day that make it more memorable. And that brings me to something else. I feel like I have this desire sometimes to like have a diverse food palette. And what I mean by that is like, I will try to make myself something different every day for lunch, which I feel like is important because like having the same thing over and over again can get really boring. But going along with that memory thing, I can't, like, it's so hard for me to tell you what I had for lunch 2 days ago. I mean, try it right now. Try to think about what you had for lunch 2 days ago. I mean, it's borderline impossible. unless you had something really memorable. So that's kind of why I've been thinking recently, like I might just focus my diet more so around like nutrition, because if I'm not going to remember what I'm going to eat anyway, I might as well just eat something that's going to be really good for me. So I feel like that is an argument against like really caring about how your food tastes. Because, I mean, yes, I think enjoying things in life is important, but I also think like there's a lot of things that we don't remember. And if you don't remember it, then it, like, is it really that important in the first place? I mean, that's probably a flawed argument, but there's a fly near my mouth. It's probably a flawed argument, but you know, I can't help but think like there's probably some things that we can divert our attention away from because they don't like give as much long-term happiness as other things do. Oh my god, I just missed the railing. This is not going well. First place has a pretty big lead now. Like another example was like being stressed out. Like yes, it is a natural reaction to a lot of things that go on in our lives, but I can't really recall the moments that I'm stressed out as much as I can recall the moments that I'm really happy. And I know that's like a known thing that we as humans like tend to remember the happy moments a lot more than the sad moments. But it makes me feel like it's not really worth being frustrated or sad if I'm not even gonna remember it. But yeah, I guess I encourage you to think about like what is it that you don't really think about, or that not that you don't think about it, but what is it that you don't remember? And maybe ask yourself if you feel like the fact that you don't remember that means that maybe you should divert some of your focus away from it. Because if it's not going to be memorable, why even invest in it? Yeah, I'm definitely more of an experiences person than a material person. Like I'll spend my hard-earned money on a nice hotel, but I will not spend it on like going shopping when I'm on vacation. But man, like a nice hotel to me is it's just so comforting. You know, like going to a pool, going to a hot tub, a spa if they have one. I mean, it's just it's so relaxing. And I feel like investing in a hotel is investing in your well-being. I do think there is like a point in the curve where like paying an extra $300 doesn't give you as much utility as the first $200 or $300. Like meaning that there's diminishing marginal utility. But shout out my economics major right there, by the way. But I still think that like if you do have that additional $200 or $300 to spend, that like you'll feel how nice a 5-star hotel is. Like you'll just notice it in the little details, which I really value and appreciate. Something I noticed actually, so I went to Japan not that long ago, and I love that trip. I mean, it's my favorite trip of my whole life. And we were able to stay, my dad and I, we were able to stay in some nicer places because the dollar is really strong in Japan, the US dollar. And because of that, we were able to stay at like a quite nice hotel for a pretty like reasonable price. I mean, I think after that trip, I realized like I'm gonna start emphasizing going to places where the dollar is strong, because having a strong dollar is like having just a higher budget for a trip. I mean, it's crazy, which I think is so cool that we have that ability as Americans, and honestly as in other countries too, where you have a strong currency. Like, I mean, even I just went to Canada, and Canada is a great country, economically speaking, but the dollar is also strong there. So I had a chance to like spend a little bit more money than, or not, like spend less money on things I would have spent more money on had I been here in the States. Like like an average meal over there out is probably like $10-11, whereas here these days it's like 15. So that was nice. I'm currently in first place in the last section of the track of the knockout. I have a food item in my first slot, a coin in my second slot, and we are aiming for first right now. I'm saving the food item just because I feel like I'm not gonna get a mushroom. I mean, I'm definitely not gonna get a mushroom. You can't get a mushroom in first. But I don't think I'm gonna get a super horn, so I'd rather just keep the food item for reacceleration if I get hit. But yeah, I mean, oh, I just got a super horn. Speaking of which, yeah, I mean, this first is guaranteed. Boom, there it is. First place. But yeah, I mean, what I was gonna say is in Japan, like, some of the hotels prioritize like creating a power dynamic where like when we got welcome to one hotel, the employee wasn't allowed to stand up next to me. They had to like be on their knees, which is just crazy to me. I told her, I was like, honestly, I'd prefer if you just stood right here next to me. Like, I don't want to be looked at as some like, I want to be looked at the same level as you. Like, this girl was just my age, but she just happened to be from Japan. And she was like, yeah, sorry, like my boss doesn't allow me to be like eye to eye with any customer. I was like, wow, that's crazy. That is very weird. But some people who have a lot of money dig that, which I don't get. I don't think I ever will. I hope to never have that be the case. But yeah, that's the video. Hope you enjoyed.